What's up, everybody? So we are going live again, and just try to fix my screen. And I want to talk about my 2024 year on the blood type O diet, and I think it's pretty significant because this is my full year. Last year, I started in the summer. So I found the book and I got started eating the diet immediately. But there was so much that I needed to learn in 2023. And in 2024, that's when I was able to experience all of the months, all the seasons, and some life experiences that, I had to work through. Excuse me. So if you are not partying, it is New Year's Eve. If you're not partying, definitely tune in. Thank you for tuning in. And if you are partying, definitely come back and watch this video later on. And let's get right into it. So I'm going to start with the end of 2023 because I don't think I really talked about it that much. But obviously, my birthday was at the end of 2023 in on Christmas, and I celebrated it by hanging out in Philly. I went to Fogo de Chao, and that was important to me because I had just learned about the blood type diet and I was starting to eat more meat. And so I'm like, let me go to a restaurant where all they serve is meat. And Fogo de Chao is that place. So I went, got all the meat that I wanted, tore it up. So Fogo de Chao, they serve meat like ribeye steaks, lamb, sirloin, all different types of meat, all different types of beef, lamb. I said that already. Chicken, sausage. Didn't get any of that because that was pork. Um, and then they have a salad bar. And I didn't get much of that because I didn't come for the salad. I came for the meat, really the beef and the lamb. Oh my gosh, the lamb was so good. Yep. So after that, my friend ordered me a creme brulee, and I ate it, and I was gassy all night long. A creme brulee is basically a dairy dessert, which is like some type of dairy custard, and I think they torch torch the top of it to make it crunchy and crispy, and might put a little bit of fruit on it. But it said happy birthday on it, and it was so cute, and I was so tempted. So I ate it, mistake. And now my friend knows to never order that for me again. Moving on. And also, that was before I got the deflect. So I told you in my last video that I use these supplements called deflect. They're like this big. And what they do is they help to deflect literally lectins from other foods to affect me and harm me. They actually are, like Dr. Diadamo calls it, like sacrificial proteins or something like that, where they'll get stuck in the lectin grabber receptor, and it won't video. You can go back and watch that in depth. And yeah, I didn't know about lectins. I mean, I didn't know about deflect, or I did, but I didn't order it. But trust and believe, I ordered it very soon after that. So going into winter of 2024, I was cooking consistently and meal prepping consistently. I was on my grind. I learned in 2023 that I needed to cut back on all types of carbs. So that included root vegetables. That was the main thing. I was eating a bunch of sweet potatoes, and sweet potatoes are full of sugar. Really, sweet potato is a high carb food, which breaks down into sugar in the body. And so had to cut back on that, had to cut back on my um, parsnips, and what was that other thing? Let's start with an R. No, turnips, um, and any other carb that I was eating. Fruit. I was eating a bunch of mango. I had to like reel it in and find meat-based snacks that I could eat. And my meat-based snack turned into my Chomps beef sticks. So I was getting those. I still get those weekly to keep me afloat. If I ever get the munchies, that's what I reach for. And Dr. Diadamo says in his books to, if you ever get hungry or if you're craving a carb, get meat. So that's what I use as my snack. Yep. So I was cooking consistently. I was perfecting my recipes and finding my staple meals and meal prep routines. So like I was getting really good at it. Um, I had a routine. Sundays were my days of cooking, and I would cook for the week as best I could. Sometimes I didn't plan it out right, where it wouldn't last till Friday, but sometimes it would. Also, sometimes I would eat out, maybe once or twice a week, and I would have food left over for the weekend. And I'm like, oh, I did pretty good. And sometimes I wouldn't eat out and have food left over for the weekend. So it was uh, a trial and error throughout the whole year because a monkey wrench jumped right on into the plans in the summertime, and I'm gonna get to that. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me. I'm talking about my year in review on the Blood Type Diet 2024. So, what else was I doing in the winter? Oh yes, super important. So as I was eating out, I was finding my favorite restaurants and my favorite meals on their menu. This is so important for you to be able to do because you don't want to get so used to eating at home that when you eat out, you don't know what to do. And I had to figure it out because if I don't feel like if I don't feel like cooking at home, or I don't ran out of something and it's getting late and I want to order something, sometimes it won't be real quick. I was going to say order something real quick. Sometimes it won't be real quick, but if you know exactly what restaurant you're able to order from, what time they close, the kitchen, and what you can order, then you'll be fine. You just have to go down the list, say, oh, I want to eat from this restaurant. This is what I'm going to get. And this is what I'm going to tell them I need as far as modifications so that I'm not eating against my blood type. All right. So that is something that I started to perfect as well. I have several meals, a list of several meals that I can order from certain restaurants, and I'll make a video on that. I gotta write down all the things I'm saying I'm making a video on during my videos. I also bought the book Live Right for Your Type during the winter, I believe. This is the book Live Right for Your Type, and this talks about this goes more into your behavior as it pertains to your blood type. So what behaviors do you exude based on what your blood type is? Are you always going to go? Are you kind of slow moving? Do you think a lot, or do you ponder on things for a long time? Do you make decisions that are more intuitive? Does exercise stress you out, or does exercise energize you? All those things factor into how you're going to behave, because blood type is not just about food. Blood type, it governs your whole existence, your whole being. And that's what that book goes into in more in depth. And it's also a volume 2 of the Eat Right for Your Type original book. in every book he comes out with, Dr. D'Adamo, that is, he it seems like he has done more research and he has learned more. And I think now he's done producing books and he's putting information that he learns more on and gets a better understanding on. He puts that on his website. In his website, so he has two websites, right? He has foryourtype.com, and foryourtype.com is where he sells his products. He has blogs on like general stuff for the general public as far as what they want to know about blood type, the blood type diet. He sells like the supplements, the blood type kits. He sells the secretor testing kit. He also has recipes. Okay, that's the one thing I wanted to get to. I was forgetting. Then he has his other website, which is called D'Adamo.com. That's his personal website where he talks about the things that he has learned, he understood, got a better understanding on. He talks about things that people ask questions on, and he'll expand. And he also defends himself against people who try to make him out as a liar or like he doesn't know what he's talking about. He'll back it up with evidence. So that was a side note. But yeah, besides reading all these books, you can't see them all, but they're all here. Besides reading all these books, I also read the website. And sometimes if I run into something in these books that I'm not clear on, I will go to the website and see if he has said anything more about that topic. Okay, so now we're into spring of 2024. All right. So in spring of 2024, I bought the You Right for Your Type Complete Blood Type Encyclopedia. That's this book. OMG, this book is a powerhouse. And this is when I learned about the health protocols and all the supplements that he suggests you take based on what you're trying to heal. Not only does he have the health protocols, but he has diseases. What does it say? Over 300 diseases in this book that he categorizes based on blood type. And I thought that was like mind blowing. It's like everybody should have this book. So if you want this book, comment and I'll send you the link. But it's right on Amazon. That's where I got all these books from. You Right for Your Type Encyclopedia. That's like the, what is it called? Like the old wives' tales type of books, the traditional medicine type of books. That's what this book basically is. What our grandmothers and grandparents thought or felt intuitively was the right way to live and the right supplements to take and the right way to eat. Some of it is proven and some of it is disproven, okay? Because not everybody's grandparents have the same blood type as them. And so what worked for them is not going to work for their grandchildren and great-great-great-grandchildren down the line. You know, there has been commingling. And if there's been commingling, then that means blood type has been changed throughout the generations. That's something to remember when we say, oh, work for them, it should work for me. That's not always the case, okay? Knowing your blood type is crucial. So these are the protocols that I implemented in my life, and that was for yeast fungus protocol. So I was dealing with overgrowth of candida, which is a yeast and can turn into a fungus, I guess, if it enters into your bloodstream, from what I've learned, what I read somewhere. So I did the protocol for that. That included me taking stinging nettle root. You are type O, and I think type A. I have to figure out where it says that. No, actually, it's in here. Oh, let me find that because that's such important information. Yep. Type O and type A need to use stinging nettle root 1 to 2 capsules twice daily to beat down that fungus yeast in your body. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's what I used. Let me tell you something. That was the one thing, that's the one thing that I use still from the protocol, because the protocol is like several um, different supplements to use, garlic and some other stuff. But that stinging nettle, because I actually used stinging nettle before I started the protocol, because I found that in this book, in the Live Right for Your Type book, I found a one liner in this book that changed my life about stinging nettle root. So, FYI, I also did the feminine reproductive health protocol. Very, very, very nice protocol. I think that it did help with me balancing my cycle, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Um, and then I did the skin protocol. Yes, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Just the information and the advertisement of all of these different products of ingredients and things that are out there that's supposed to heal everyone. They're saying it heals everyone. It doesn't, not everything works for everyone. That's why some companies get a lot of good reviews and then a couple bad reviews saying this does not work. What are y'all talking about? Why did this make me sleepy and everybody else lost weight? What is going on? I'm not, so it's a real thing. So the results that I got was no more gas, no more bloating. Hallelujah. Can somebody say hallelujah? No more gas and no more bloating. That's that stinging nettle root. Stinging nettle root. Let me type it in the chat just in case anybody wanna. Stinging nettle root. Okay? And it's not, don't confuse it with that leaf. Because the first time I bought stinging nettle from the vitamin shop, I got the leaf. I didn't do my due diligence to make sure it was the right product. Thankfully, I didn't peel off the security tab, excuse me, and I was able to return it and get the stinging nettle root. Look at the, it's like the same place as the nutrition facts, but look at the details, the ingredients, and they'll tell you exactly what it is. That root, that's what do it. That it agglutinates candida. Agglutinates means that it binds together with it and eliminating, what's the word? It initiates the immune system to eliminate the candida from your body. That stinging nettle root. That stinging nettle root. Get you some. Okay, what else? No more yeast infections, because if I don't have the candida, then I don't have the yeast. Like the yeast is the candida, so no more yeast infections all over my body like crazy. It's gone. Stinging nettle root. What else? Eczema was clearing up, and I know exactly what to use now to clear up the eczema, and that was from the skin protocol. And now I know what to do if I do get eczema. Crazy. And then also my menstrual cycle shortened. It started falling on the full moon and it was becoming more manageable. My last menstrual cycle, my cramps were like so what's the word? Light. Almost didn't feel anything. I was tired. I did lay down, but I'm used to excruciating pain. Like ouch, this hurts. I can't do anything. I can't even talk to you right now. That's the pain that I used to feel, or I have felt in the past. However, I've been getting shorter. Like it's been shortening. My menstrual cycle has been shortening like by a few hours each time, and it's been on the around the time of the full moon for a while now. So I'll give you one thing you can use for your menstrual cycle is hibiscus tea. If you are a blood type O, hibiscus tea for blood type O. Let me get some water. I'm just drinking S. Pellegrino. It's not San Pellegrino, which has the sugar in it. It's S. Pellegrino, and this has ooh, I'm about to. This has lemon juice in it. By the way, this is good for all blood types. Water with lemon, early in the morning, first thing in the morning before you even brush your teeth. Water with lemon that helps with the mucus. Okay. Remember in my last video, I said that I was dealing with the mucus. Water with lemon. That helped that go away. Okay. Then in the spring, I created my website, bloodtypelife.com. I was so happy about that. Oh, I was so happy to design it. And I created my food list guides for each blood type. And you can get that by clicking the link in the chat to get your own food list guide for your blood type. And if you don't know what your blood type is, you can click I don't know my blood type yet, and you'll be taken to a different guide that teaches you how to find out what your blood type is. Okay. All right. So in the summertime of 2024, my spring break, so I'm a teacher, and my school year ends like most people in most schools ends in June. And my school year ended a little bit earlier because my mom passed away. She passed away due to complications with schizophrenia disorder. It was a suicide. Sorry to get dim and dark, but that's what happened. I feel myself getting a little hot right now. And so the reason why this is so important is because this schizophrenia is tied to complications with the blood type diet, not eating according to your blood type. And my mom was a type O, and type O's are the main ones that get schizophrenia disorder. And there was a study done where I think in somewhere in Europe, a lot of people that were in that had schizophrenia stopped eating wheat because there was like a bread shortage, and they started feeling better. They started they stopped hallucinating, they stopped having the symptoms. And I was like, Mom, you need to stop eating wheat. And so I was working with her. I was working with her ever so gently, because she's a gentle and kind and can get confused spirit. But I love my mom. What? No. I think I said her name. My phone. I don't know. Siri? Oh, yeah. Okay. No. Do not respond to me. Yeah, so I love my mom very much, and I was really trying to help her. I promise you, I was really trying to help her. So in the summer, that happened. I was like, I ain't coming back. Y'all got 5 more days, 3, 4 more days left. I'm not coming back. Are you crazy? Like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know how to deal with this. And nonetheless, I still have to plan for her funeral and handle her affairs, which I'm still handling. So I was thrown off, to say the least. I was thrown off a lot. And then I ended up changing locations. I ended up staying with my cousin. And that was a bit of a change because I'm not at home, not with my stuff. I don't have my normal routine, my normal space. And I tried the best I could, though. Let me see what I have written here. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I was taking the supplements to help me with these different areas. And I actually was doing all the different protocols at the same time. I don't recommend it. You can do it if you're ambitious. However, you might want to like stagger it, do one at a time, and that'll help. It also helped with costs because I had bought a lot of supplements and I was carrying around in the lunch bag to my cousin's house, um, so that I could have everything with me. During this time, I ate a lot of takeout. I ate a lot of food at restaurants. I ordered a lot of food. It was wild. It was just like crazy. And now I order a lot of food, but like I said earlier, as I was ordering out with food, I started to recognize what I could order and what stores I could order from, what restaurants I could order from, who has gluten-free buns, who doesn't, who has I don't know, who sells burgers, who sells steaks, and things like that. So, since I know these things and I have experience with this, I am able to use that knowledge in a time of stress and despair, and I can't really focus on what to eat. I can't focus on making a decision on like what's healthy. I know it's healthy. At this point, I know it's healthy. I know who has what I need. And at this point, all I'm doing is placing an order, and I got to refocus my attention back on something that's more important. Um, okay, so that was my experience over the summer. Now, even though I was eating a lot of takeout, it wasn't the best food. It wasn't my food. It wasn't my cooking. And so I kind of started getting sick. I was like getting a little nauseous. And I was just also, I'm about to cry. I was also um, needing to get back to my life. I needed to get back to my routine, what made me happy. I needed to cook my own food for me. Um, it's really important to know yourself and to take care of yourself. Okay, that was a really tough time in my life, and I'm nearing the end of it. But I'm glad that I had these things set up. I had the knowledge, I had the experience to just go on autopilot and take care of what I needed to take care of, so that I can get that out of the way. I'm okay. I'm okay. Just get a little emotional, thinking about my mom and everything that happened around that. But I was also traveling and doing too much, which I got tired of. I'm like, where do we have to go? Why do we have to go? What time? Like, I just want to be home. I don't want to drive in nobody's car. I don't want to ride. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave this house. I'm a homebody. There's something to be said about what your instincts are and like pushing yourself so hard for so long and knowing that you just do not want to do that. You don't. Nothing about what anybody can say about this activity or this thing that you got to do, like going to work. If you know you don't want to do it, your body is going to basically kind of fight you in a way. because it wants to do something else. Like me, my body wants to be still. I don't want to be traveling all the time, doing this, doing that, and waking up early. But some other people, they are like, I can't sit still. I can't sit still. I need to go. I need to, get out and run, get out and walk. I need to, interact with these people. I can't. I can't interact with a whole bunch of people. Now I can interact, and I've learned to do so and have my limits and retreat when I need to, but you need to listen to your body in all aspects. So important. Okay. What else did I have? These are my notes. So I moved in with my cousin, and it was a little different. It was, it's like any situation like that. Anybody that's moving in with someone else who already has their place established is going to experience changes. It's going to experience a little bit of shakiness while they're trying to assimilate to living with each other. And so that's just what I experienced. That did affect my routine when it comes to meal prep, cooking, time to cook, when I should cook, cooking when, or deciding to cook when she might be cooking or she might be about to cook, and smelling up the house. How do we combat, the smell that sticks around sometimes? Maybe something that she don't want to eat that doesn't smell like something she would eat. Or I may be cooking something that she can eat or she don't want to eat, and she cooking something that I can't eat. She ain't doing a blood type O diet. So that I forgot to write that down. A whole other temptation was in front of me, where I'm seeing bread, pies, I'm seeing cookies or uh, cupcakes or something that I would love to taste and try and indulge in, but I can't because it goes against my blood type. So I started making my own stuff. I tried making my own cookies a few times, and I bought the Eat Right for Your Type cookbook, and this is for type O. There is one for all blood types that you can get right from Amazon and start cooking food and having ideas that you can use to cook for your blood type. Okay. So, another thing is I started posting more, which, if you have been around for a while, then you know that I posted um, a lot more during the end of this past summer. Just a lot of, I'm not gonna say random stuff, but a lot of things about the blood type diet, of course, that um, was more so information that I was getting out for every blood type, specific blood types, dieting, facing temptation, and stuff like that. Making decisions on your health, all of that. And I'm going to get back to doing that. But that was like my push to get myself out there and to get more eyes on the topic, get more eyes on me and my content, and get myself used to being a personality on YouTube, an influencer, answering questions, getting to know people's concerns. So that was a whole learning experience for me as well. And it also helped me to feel better after my mom passed, doing all this stuff for my mom's passing and moving. Because I ain't say this. I moved, and then I had to move my mom's stuff out of her apartment. So that was a lot. That was a whole lot. There was a whole lot going on last summer. It was a lot. Moving ain't no joke. Who wants to move? Okay. But I'm glad I moved. I'm glad I did it because I'm in a better situation, better location, better. I'm not going to say everything is better. It's just like the next level, the next step for me in my life. Um, I poured into learning because I loved learning and packaging the content that I was learning from these books, ooh, ooh, so that others like you could benefit from it. I also started creating my course. So that's almost done. Oh my gosh, I put this course together. I was so proud of myself. And like, I'm still proud of myself because I'm still in process. But I'm like, yo, I did this. It's all based on my experience with the blood type diet and what I'm learning in these books because I'm creating a course for blood type O's. That's the first one that's going to come out. But I'm also creating a course for the other blood types. And to be honest, I didn't read the other blood types when I first got these books. I was focused on blood type O, me. I was focused on me so I could heal myself. Okay. And you should appreciate that because I was able to heal myself. So obviously I was doing my due diligence. But when more and more people of different blood types started coming to me asking me questions, I'm like, hold on, I need to read these other sections of these other blood types. And so that's what I'm moving into after I finish and release and launch the blood type O diet course. I think it's going to be called the blood type O reset course or something like that. Okay, so look out for that. Get on my email list. Um, join the wait list on my website, bloodtypelife.com/community dash waitlist. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna type that in. /community dash waitlist because really this is for the waitlist for my membership, which the course will be implanted into, but the membership is going to have an array of features, options, amenities. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And I'm taking courses. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot to talk about that. I've been taking courses over this time period, this year as well. I got my keto diet certification, my glasses is up here on my wall. Oh my goodness, I can't read that. Oh, diet life coach certification. And I am working on a mindfulness certification and another diet coach certification. So I'm learning a lot. Y'all gonna learn a lot if you want to, because who else is talking about this? It's some people talking about it, but I be seeing people jump around. Like they'll say the blood type diets changed my life and did all this stuff for me, and then they go to another diet, and it's like, yo, you can't be jumping around. This is the diet, and yes, it's going to be different for every person, which is why I believe that everybody is their own doctor, and you say what goes. You eat the food, and you say this is not benefiting me. I don't feel good when I eat this, so you cut back on that. Even if it says that it's good for you, you cut back on that. That's what I had to do on these carbs. I had to make an executive decision. And then when I learned about the keto diet, I was like, oh, it's the carbs. Because keto operates on high fat, high protein, low carbs. Let's move on. Okay. So as I was creating my course, I was finding gems. Like I said, that one-liner, I was finding a whole bunch of one-liners in these books that saved my life. Like, Dr. Diadama, you should have put this in bold. You should have had a whole section on this. You should have had this as the subtitle. Because this one thing, stinging nettle root, literally changed my life. Do you know this? Dr. Diadama, I'm talking to you. This needs to be on the front page of the blood type O section. All right. So a whole bunch of one-liners like that I was finding all over the place. Who got time to read these books? I barely got time to read the books. I still haven't read a whole bunch of pages and sections in these books, but I read enough to tell you what you need to do to get your life together, to get your health together. Okay? And I'm going to finish the books, but I got the stuff that was of utmost importance. Okay? What else did I do in the summer of 2024? We're still in the summer. I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor because I was like, I want to get my blood work done. I want to see what my levels are after eating a high protein diet, because there are naysayers against the carnivore diet, because that I was mainly eating a carnivore diet with some vegetables. But since I've been eating that way, what are my levels like? So I went to the doctor, got my blood work done, got all checked up, got a physical, because that lady she just asked me a couple questions. I was like, we're done. Go ahead and watch my video that I've done already on me going to the doctor and my review on getting my blood work done. I think that's what it's called. My blood work results after being on the blood type diet for a year or something like that. Yep, I went to the doctor and I found out that my vitamin D levels were low, very low. So the doctor put me on a prescription of one strong vitamin D pill for 12 weeks, like one per week. And so I did that. And the problem was that my right neck, shoulder, and hip were in pain, like very stiff, to the point where it felt like I had a pinched nerve in all of those spaces. And my arm would get numb. Oh, girl. That was no joke. Like, how your arm numb and your hand numb and your leg numb and your foot numb on the same side. What's wrong with me? Did not understand what was going on. So when I went to the doctor and I got that vitamin D, that stuff started going away. That pain started going away. The numbness, the sensation of everything being tight started going away. I didn't tell you about that. And so after I finished the whole 12 weeks, I was pain-free. However, the pain started coming back after a couple weeks. So I was like, oh no, that vitamin D we got to re-up on the vitamin D. So I saw that Dr. Diadama, just in time, had released a vitamin D, and he was promoting it a lot, like crazy. So I was like, let me get that. So I went on the website and I ordered it, started taking it. I'm good to go. Pain went away. Tightness went away, numbness went away. I'm good, okay? And I didn't get to the point where I was feeling numb yet, but I was beginning to feel the tightness in my shoulder and my hip, mainly in my shoulder and hip, not much in my neck. Oh my goodness, I really could not even do this earlier this year. This simple things. I also got a referral for the ear, nose, and throat doctor. As you see, I'm a little congested, and to an allergist, because I told the doctor, that I can't eat certain foods and that I'm doing the blood type diet because I can't eat these foods. And So she said, go to the allergist and get a test. And I'm like, all right, I haven't done it yet, but I will. Your nose will throat too, because when I got sick this past Christmas, what am I talking about? It's New Year's Eve. When I got sick a couple weeks ago, my ear started hurting again. Okay, so fall. Went back to school, meaning back to teaching, and I wasn't ready because like I literally was feeling anxiety going back to school, back to work, because that was the last place I left before my mom passed. Okay, I had to leave. I had to get a. It's hard. this is crazy. Um, I had to get a sub to cover my class because my mom was blowing my phone up, and I'm like, I gotta be with her, and so I had to get somebody to cover my class so that I could leave and go take care of her. And that was the last time I saw my classroom. And so if I'm thinking about that, that's the last time I saw my classroom based on that situation. And now the school year starting, all I can think about is my last days in this building. And so it was a it was a lot of anxiety, but when I got back, it was all good. Um, we had some job that last year was wild, because I forgot about the drama at my job. Um, School was about to close, and a whole bunch of people quit and got fired. A whole bunch of students left, and so when the school year started this September, we had almost half the staff was new, and we had a little bit of students. So that was good for me. That made me feel good because it was like just brand spanking new people. And I was able to focus on getting to know these new people, and they couldn't remind me of what happened a couple months before, a couple months before, a couple months prior. And that helped me to get over coming back to work very quickly. All right. Once again, I still wasn't ready because I'm broken. Like I'm still sad based on the situation, but I'm doing what I can. Um, and what I do, me doing what I can is not cooking that much. I cooked, and I might have cooked one meal on Sunday instead of cooking 3 meals on Sunday, which would last me the week. And so since I only cooked one meal, then I was eating out more. And that's not good for me because like I told you before, I started getting sick because it's not my food. I didn't cook it. It's something about these hands in my own food. It's like I'm creating magic. I'm creating technology to make my body run. I know what's best for my body, especially after I have learned what is best for my body. Okay. Um, I was also very tired. And let's see. One thing that was good is that I kept up with my vitamins. I kept up with the main. I found these main supplements that I would stick with during, like, after all the protocols had finished, because the health protocol that I told you about with the supplements, they have like a time period that you should take them: 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. And after those weeks were done, I was like, I don't need to take all of these pills. So I, excuse me, when I was crying, it like kind of made my nasal passage a little clogged. But I'm almost done. Um, what I was saying was that, oh yeah, so I collected these specific supplements from each of the protocols, and made them my staple supplements that I would take moving forward. And one of them was not even part of the protocols that I was focused on. It is part of another protocol. I think that's the cold and sick or allergy. What's it called? Probably antibiotic. Astragalus. Probably, yeah, the antibacterial protocol. So the antibacterial protocol has type O's take astragalus, cut key, never heard of it. And then the general recommendation for all blood types is vitamin C from acerola cherry or rosehip, larch arabinogalactin, and a probiotic based on your blood type. So I take the vitamin C that it recommends. Okay. That vitamin C must be magic because I didn't get sick in the beginning of the school year. That is unheard of for me. That's unheard of for a lot of people who are teachers, service workers, any dealing with the public. When you first get around them, when you first start the job, or when you have taken a break and get back to the job, you're going to get sick. Like, that's a norm that you're going to get sick. And you got to take 9 days off to get better, just so you can work your job because of your job. But I didn't get sick for September, October, November. I got sick in December. Why did I get sick? Because I ate wheat, which I'm going to get into. And I talked about that in my last video. I ate wheat by accident because I wasn't diligent enough by asking what the ingredients were. You got to be an ingredient detective when you are eating food that you did not cook. What is in this? Okay? But I didn't get sick because I was eating according to my blood type and I was maintaining my immune system health by taking the supplements to boost my immune system. That vitamin C, take that vitamin C. That's part of your multivitamin, which you just need to take separate from the multivitamin, especially all the time. Especially if you're a service worker. I'll say that. Okay. Another family member died. Sad story. She was older and she was dealing with some complications and passed away. I was sad because I really wanted to get to know her more, my aunt, and can't anymore. But that was hard to attend that funeral because I had just attended my own mother's funeral and created and organized it and experienced it a couple months prior. So that was crazy, but I was happy to see my family and to support my family. I had a very well put together plate for blood type O at the repast. The food was catered. Why did I get diarrhea that night? Oh my gosh, it was, sorry TMI, but I'm like, I did the right thing and I took my deflect. I ate the food that I was supposed to eat. String beans, turkey, chicken, baked chicken. I don't know. Food, I made good choices. So I don't know what was in that food that gave me the runs, but it ain't work out. So, I'll be trying to rethink certain things because I don't want to mistakenly or accidentally experience a bad bathroom situation. I don't want to be going through that. So I might start bringing my own food more often. I mean, I know that that is what I'm supposed to do. I used to do it, but um, I might have to be more diligent about that. Um, I found some joy this year in redoing my whole wardrobe, and that I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, I saw a picture of myself. So right, I did a project with my students. It was centered around food, of course. So the project, because I'm a math teacher for sixth grade, the project was on scaling up or scaling down a recipe or a picture. And when a lot of like half the students more or less chose the recipe, and I said for extra credit you can bring it in, like cook it and bring it in. And so we had a little party. They were so excited. I was so happy. I was just so happy to see them happy. I just love it. It's like genuine fun time. Um, and what was I going to say? Oh yeah, we took a picture together. Ooh, that was it. We took a picture together, and I saw myself in the picture afterwards, and I was like, oh no, what? No, no, I'm not sharing this picture with anyone. I can't. The way I was looking, the way I was dressed, it was just embarrassing to me. I looked young, like a kid, but I wasn't. And my clothes looked too tight. I have wider hips, and my hips were like, I just looked wide. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to look like that anymore. I don't want to wear skinny pants and skinny jeans anymore. You know, I want to wear more tailored clothes, more a line or straight pants. I like how I look in straight pants instead of every single curve showing and being just accentuated. You know, I have the curves, but I don't want to show it all the time. So I saw some YouTube videos, and the videos that I gravitated towards were the videos that actually made sense to me. Because one of them is, what's her name? Linnea Tomlinson. She's on YouTube. Look her up. She talks about basically the geometry of fashion. Now, you know I'm a math girl. You know I'm a numbers girl. You know I'm a shapes girl. That hit me right in the heart. And I'm like, now I don't want to say hit me right in the heart. That inspired me to take that advice and run with it. Okay, so I went to the Goodwill because the Goodwill is a good place to experiment. Buy something for inexpensive, try it on. You might not be able to try it on in the store. Take it home, try it on, and just build on it. If you don't like it, take it back. You can get store credit and get something else. Or if you can't take it back, like if it's past the time that you are able to take it back, it's not a big loss. It was only $6. It's only $2. It was only what, $14. What? And trust and believe, you got them high end brands, not super high end, but Ralph Lauren, London Fog, The Loft, Ann Taylor, Calvin Klein, Anne Klein. What else did I get? Banana Republic, The Gap. Clothes that usually, like a pair of jeans that would usually cost $80, you can get for $6, $2 if you go on Sunday when they have their colors on sale. Excuse me. So I had a field day with that project, and now I can go to Goodwill and walk out with nothing. Not all the time. I can go to Goodwill and walk out with less. How about that? Because I pretty much have everything that I need as far as my winter wardrobe goes. Now, when the summer comes around, that's a different story. But I did get a bunch of linen. So also my reason for going to the Goodwill was to get natural fabrics, because it's better for the earth, it's better for me, my body, and you humans. And polyester is plastic, if you didn't know already. And it's also breathable. It's more comfortable to wear. So I got a bunch of linen for the summertime, linen pants, cotton pants. I got a bunch of wool, 100% wool. Got a bunch of leather, 100% leather. What? Crazy. Yes, did it. So my wardrobe has been made anew. I got a bunch of shoes too. Both is back. If you ain't wearing them, I'm wearing them. I don't care. Back to the script, this was on the script. This is part of my journey over the summer. Over this year. Boo, boo, boo. Oh yeah, so I want to look more classy, simple, elegant, tailored, with neutral or basic colors, and less focus on being sexy, or like, because if you're curvy, you are already viewed as sexy, which is crazy, but it's the case. So women who are curvy gotta kind of tone it down. It is what it is. If you don't want that attention, if you don't want to be viewed in a certain way, you have to tone down the curviness. And so that's what I have been working on, a more feminine silhouette instead of a sexy silhouette, with more neutral or muted patterns. All right, then I ordered the book Change Your Genetic Destiny. This is also written by Peter D'Adamo, as you can see. And this book, it talks about your genotype. Okay, your genotype is like when we say our ancestors were hunters and gatherers. Well, not all of our ancestors were. Not all of them. Okay, there are different genotypes and body types based on your genotype. My gosh, there's so much to learn about our history, our evolution, our health over this time period. There's so much to learn. We don't know everything. So genotype is categorized into hunter, gatherer, teacher, warrior, explorer. And each of these categories, each of these genotypes has different characteristics. So that's like the next level beyond, when was this book written? Published. This book, no, let me just check. 2007. When was this book published? 2002. 2002. And this book was published in 2007. Okay. Genotype. And when you go to his website, that is more updated information. And he references a lot of information in his books too. On his website, he'll tell you this is an excerpt from Eat Right for Your Type encyclopedia. All right, so now we're in winter time. That's the most recent time period in 2024 that I can relate to, because it just happened as far as my blood type diet goes. It was a little bit of a mess because it started out good when it comes to Thanksgiving, which is in the fall. But when it comes to winter, I went to a Christmas party and ate wheat, like I said, without asking what the ingredients were. I talk about that a lot in my last live. It was spring rolls. Spring rolls are usually made out of rice, and these spring rolls were made out of wheat. By the way, if you shop at Trader Joe's, that's where these spring rolls came from. They are not made out of rice. Check the ingredients. Be an ingredient detective. You have to. You have to. Okay. Also, I wasn't taking my vitamins daily. So I started taking my vitamins daily in the beginning of the school year, but I stopped. And so when I ate this wheat and I wasn't on my vitamin regimen, that was a prime situation for me to get sick, which I did. Okay. I got sick because my body is trying to fight off the wheat like it's a foreign invader, and the immune system is all busy fighting the wheat that germs is coming in too. It's not fighting that. It's too busy. So let's see. Got back on my vitamins. I doubled up on the vitamin C, astragalus, which is typo specific. Astragalus is typo specific. I showed you in the book that astragalus is just for typo. And I started taking medicine. As of right now, my routine is still not the best. Okay. I need to get back right. And I'm working on that. Trying to get me a routine. I had a rough year. My year was off the hook. It really was, emotionally and physically, like not bio, but like geographically off the hook. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I've been going for an hour and 6 minutes. Okay. I will be doing more lives. I will be talking more about my experience, about the blood type diet, about your experience, and how I can help you. Like I said, I'm working on my course. It's almost done. It will be out very, very, very soon. And if you want to learn more about it, get on my email list, join a newsletter, or grab one of these things I have linked in the chat box, or now it's going to be linked in the description of this video or podcast, because I'm going to upload this to my podcast, so that you can get your blood type diet food list guide or your blood type testing kit guide, or you can join the community waitlist for when I open the blood type diet membership. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying this long. And I will see you in my next video, content, short, whatever I decide to upload. Blog. I'm going to turn this into a blog so you can read it if you want to and refer back to it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful new year, 2025. I hope that you are looking forward to better health and solutions that will work and that will stick. I'm your girl for that. Oh, Latrell. My name's Latrell, though. But thank you so much, and I wish you all a happy new year. Bye.